There it goes. So, as I said, the most important thing that we're trying to do here is to help you all to have the power to generate income with this virtual airtime vending software. Now, the reason why it's called a business opportunity is because we are proudly sharing with the world something that will empower the communities, down to the farmer, like you saw in the video, down to the person who's just a simple entrepreneur, or perhaps selling phones or anything else that perhaps helps them to generate income. But it's empowering people in every community to be able to tap into a product that was practically inaccessible to us, earning continuous income from the fastest moving consumer product in the world, which is airtime. So, our intent is that the time that you spend listening to and watching this today, all of you 20 tuned in here today, my hope is that it will inspire you to begin and succeed in this business. So have those two goals in mind. If you have a pen and paper, please feel free to note down whatever questions you have. And at the end of this session, you could use the chat section to be able to type in your comments, your suggestions, your whatever it is, even if it's just feedback or if it's questions that you have, feel free to let us know what it is that you have in mind. So as I begin, what we will try and do here is to help you to understand what passive income is, because a lot of times what happens in the industry that we probably have been in for quite a while is that we think that there is only one type of income. I've spoken to a number of people that perhaps don't even know the definition of what passive income is. So the world right now is used to a certain system which is called employment, where you actually get to earn something that's called active income. So active income is that which, perhaps you could say, you don't get to earn any money if you're not there, actively there. The word itself defines it. So passive income, on the other hand, is money that you can earn even when you're not there, right? So just as the question suggests up there, is passive income the answer that many people have been looking for? The time period that we live in, we recognize that we live in a time period where it's not easy to make a living. Many industries are shutting down, and making a living, 5, 10, 20 years ago compared to now is very different. So that's the reason why we're talking about passive income, so that it can give you the ability to continuously have a source of income that doesn't run out. Whether it is the worry that you have about whether my savings will be there or not, 10 years to come, 20 years to come, I stop working, will my boss employ my children? And that's absolutely not something that can happen. So actively working and breaking a sweat is the traditional way of doing business, what we could say up until this point. And for those who've discovered what passive income is, they can be able to resonate with that, because the constant strain of worrying whether or not we have savings enough to help our children or to give them a secure inheritance, this is something that we ought not to depend on anymore. As we said, many industries are shutting down, so it's very difficult to maintain a source of income if you don't have a job, or if you don't have a business that's continuously giving you income every month, regardless of whether there's an economic breakdown or the community is going through a crisis, you still have income coming in. If I give you an example, if somebody puts up a block, maybe you could say like a real estate building that has about 15 different houses, or 20 or 30 or 100, he has passive income coming in, because even if he doesn't actively participate in it, he's hired people to do that. And eventually when the building is over, when it's already built and set up and there are tenants in it, he's earning passive income. And as passive income comes in, all he has to do is just receive what we call a deposit in his bank, maybe at the end of the month, or something that's being managed by the building manager. And eventually he just kicks back a little and relaxes, because generations to come, money is still going to be benefiting his family and other generations for as long as the building continues to stand. So that's the same thing that we're talking about here. Can you create a system where you can kick back and relax, but still have a solid stream of income that's coming in? And that's what virtual AVS will assist you to do. So we want to thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule or whatever it is that you were doing this Sunday. You could be relaxing with your children or just having fun and just trying to think about how you're going to start next week. When you take time to listen to this presentation today, as we say, the aim is to help you to generate that passive income so that you can have more time on your slate. You can have more time with your kids, with your families, and whoever else you want to spend it with, and have income coming in that can assist you to be able to use that time wisely, use that time to enjoy yourself. So this is a definition of passive income so that it can give you a platform to stand on as we begin defining what the airtime vending software will do for you. So as we say, those initials that you see there, virtual AVS, airtime vending software. You've thought about maybe machines in the mall. I remember when I was living in Dubai, one of the things that I used to grab real quick before I went into the movies, was Dorito chips. And Dorito chips, barbecue Dorito chips was my favorite because, you have that, chunking in from, this is something that you get from a vending machine that you bought at literally maybe, 2 dirhams. And at the end of the day, that vending machine is serving a purpose because it's providing a service, it's providing products. So the virtual part is where we talk about something that's being done online. You have apps nowadays that, serve a virtual purpose like Uber, which we use today to book for transportation and things like that. So virtual AVS basically refers to a system where on your phone you have an app that acts like a vendor. It acts like a vendor, providing airtime from over 300 different mobile service providers. Now, which other mobile service providers we're talking about? We're going to see that in a couple of minutes as we go through the slides. And then it spreads across 100 different countries worldwide. And then as it continues to act as a vendor, you're not only going to be a customer, but this time around, you will be able to virtually manage. Remember that word, virtually manage an office. You're virtually managing an office that's trading in airtime. And as it does so, it's giving millions, it's designed to give millions of people airtime. I love that word, millions of people, airtime users globally, an opportunity to earn from the ever expanding telecommunications industry. Why is it ever expanding? Because remember, as we're going to see later on, the telecommunication industry has been thriving regardless of whether there's a crisis or not. So because this industry continues to expand, your benefits now are incomparable to any other business that you will ever invest in. And I say that very confidently after the research that I've done due to the huge demand in this one product that we're talking about, which is airtime. So you get to monetize that because you're getting paid commissions every single time there's a transaction on your mobile device. The people that you're connected with on this virtual AVS system helps you to be able to earn money. And this is what we're calling passive income from the fastest moving consumer product. So up until this point, if you've ever had any doubts about this, you think that maybe it's a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, a get rich quick schemes, remember all these things are illegal. If it's a pyramid scheme, the word scheme suggests something illegal. If it's a get rich quick scheme, well, I'm not interested in getting rich quick. I want to be able to maintain that wealth for a long time. So this is not a get rich quick system. It's also legal and authorized because, as we will see, it has formed partnerships with the mobile service providers so that we can be able to get access to that airtime from the mobile service providers globally. So this is something that was practically inaccessible before virtual AVS came around. And as we continue, you'll learn more about what that means. So because we mentioned that this system helps you and I to be able to, for the first time, to earn money from something that we ourselves, we just happen to be customers. We probably never heard of something that's, set up in such a way to pay us for the airtime that we use. So as you download it, if you look at the terms of compensation, it basically helps each and every person who has the app to get money, or what we call is not, these are not promises anymore, but basically something that will generate income, a real product that's being sold. We're dealing with a real product and also paying people on the same day, sometimes in minutes of each transaction that's been done. And we're going to explain what that means much more. So I just put a couple of questions here to help people, try and reflect, what we call hindsight, think, and, see, is it something that I can do? Am I enthusiastic about earning passive income? Maybe I've lost my job due to the ongoing pandemic. Am I an employee who's looking for a second source of income? Maybe I already have a lot of money. That's okay. But at the end of the day, people say that money is never enough because, needs keep on arising. I just came from visiting a friend in the hospital who, the wife just gave birth, and he's in deep, in debt, thinking about how much he's going, to need to be able to sustain his family now that he has a newborn. So generating a source of income to play, like what we call an automated system that will play its own part without you actively having to be there. This is how virtual AVS now compensates people. It works like that automated system that continues to help that student, that stay-at-home mom, that jobless person, that professional who's enthusiastic about income, passive income, that person who's looking for a new business to invest in. I've heard of people investing more than $300,000 of their income, whatever they've earned for the last maybe 10, 15 years. And they say they're investing a lot of money to go and buy this plot that they think they're going to do a little bit of farming and then think, what, so how many years will it take for me to be able to make that 300,000 back? How many years will it take for me to make that 3,000 back? Maybe my crops fail or whatever happens. So whatever business you're investing in right now, it might not be worth the risk. But with virtual AVS, we're not talking about risks or promises. This is something that compensates you within the same day and many times. So we want to move on to the next slide that helps us to understand this better, because as you take a look at that picture, I don't know if you can see the little girl right there. So this is what we're talking about when we say generational income. This is a team of associates, we could say, in virtual AVS who are now being empowered by the same system. Virtual AVS is helping them to earn money worldwide, being connected to people worldwide, dealing with a real-time need for airtime, distributing it from all these mobile service providers that you see there. We're getting access to Tigo, we're getting access to Glow, we're getting access to Espresso, we're getting access to Safaricom, Airtel, MTN, Vodafone. So think about it before. Did you actually have access to this, mobile service providers giving you airtime from them? Or did you have, perhaps maybe if I'm in Malawi, how can I be able to send, airtime to somebody who is in Kenya? So it takes a lot to be able to set that up. So leverage with virtual AVS because it has been credited as one of the best passive online income platforms. And if you want more information about that, I put a link right there to show you where you can find, our website, the official website, virtualavs.com. It will give you a platform to give you more information about how we love, how we share, how we empower people using the virtual AVS system. So when you join virtual AVS team, basically you're getting access to over 5.22 billion unique mobile users around the world. When we use the word unique, we mean people who are mostly on prepaid, and we're going to see what that market looks like. And the population in the world, as it continues to increase, you're still connected to these customers because through this online automated shop, I like to call it that, an online automated shop, you get a way to be able to generate income from others who are also buying airtime. I mean, think about this number, 5.22 billion. I think the world population right now is about 7.4. So getting access to be connected to all these people, supplying airtime in a way that has never been done before. Every single time that they buy airtime, we're not using scratch cards ever again, because this is becoming like a traditional way of loading airtime. So from the airtime that they use and that which you use, the very fact that at the moment most airtime consumers globally are probably not aware of the virtual AVS system, it gives you an upper hand, because you will probably be the one that will introduce it to probably this person who's in Kenya, probably the person who's in Tanzania, probably the person who's in Ghana. So think about that opportunity and think which other business will give you access to such a large population of customers. And remember, these are all active customers. Why? Because we love, we share, and we empower people to be able to get that kind of access. And on a daily basis, you have a shop that's automated, and you can be able to earn as much as the world is able to afford. So months before this, when the introduction of this virtual AVS came I came across it. A partner that's I know, my very good friend Cynthia, when she came and told me about this. I'm from the hospitality industry. I've dealt with business development, hotel and resort operations, and I didn't know much about technology. Of course, you just know the basic, this and that about operations in the hospitality industry. But I had to ask a couple of questions that will help me to understand what we're talking about here, because that investigation process allows you to have what we call an in-depth analysis of the market segment. Okay, so we're dealing with airtime as the main commodity or the product that makes you think about the distribution. So when you think about distribution, that helps you to understand the market share. And when you do that, that helps you to see, okay, so this is a communication industry. What type of percentage are we talking about in terms of market share? So as you can see there, this is a world population of about 66% who have access to this prepaid mobile dominating market. So the majority of the countries involved in this market segment are the most densely or highly populated. Why is that important? Because I thought about you perhaps taking your product. Maybe you're selling one of the most exquisite caviars, or maybe you're selling one of the most exquisite pairs of shoes. This is the Nike brand. Nobody else has access to that kind of shoe. So how big will your market share be? I mean, how many people are going to buy those sneakers? So here we're not talking about sneakers, but we're talking comparatively about something that's being bought by everybody in this market share, which is about 66% of the world. So the customer base is expensive. The cost of operation is minimal, because as you will see as we continue with our slides, is that whatever it is that you're investing in this business is very far off compared to how much you will be getting from this telecommunications industry. Now, they racked in quite a bit, as we will see as we continue, and that much that they are racking in every year is something that you can have access to. So it became very apparent that the longevity of trade in this business opportunity will be something that will be long lasting. We're not talking about just this year, we're talking about next year and the years to follow. What does that mean? This means continuous pay for a very, very, very long time, because your system works, it's automated, and it's connecting you to the biggest market share ever. So I hope up until this point in time, all 26 of you are on the same page as I am, because as you do your homework, you will get to understand how big of a potential this is. So in addition to that homework, it also shows you the population projection that was going to be there about 100 years from now. So remember, as it continues to grow, the demand also continues to go up. The demand of what? We're talking about airtime. Communication is very important. Now, in this region, as you can see, we say that the population that is represented by the market share we talked about is over half of the world's population. So the use of this easy to transact business apps like virtual AVS is becoming more and more apparent. There's a video that was shared in our wealth group not too long ago about how important technology is right now in being able to transcend this market and being able to provide quick access to airtime to all these customers worldwide, solving the largest demand in just minutes, a click of a button on your phone. And you could say the increase in sales is going to actually project over 150%, because with the turn of the century, the population continues to go up. So Latin America, Caribbean, South Asia, and we're talking about over half of the world's population, airtime is the new cash, because once you get access to the distribution channel, then you get access to the money that's being generated in that telecommunications industry. So I hope these are very, very important facts that will help you to see the magnitude of this business opportunity. So let's talk about some of that research that we just saw in detailed, bullet points here. Africa, about 95%. Latin American, Caribbean, we're talking about 94%, 57%. You're talking about South Asia, predominated markets, about when we talk about, prepaid dominated mobile markets. So as we continue to talk to most of the people in these regions that we're talking about here, they will be able to understand how virtual AVS is going to transform their lives. They will understand how ripe an opportunity this is when you use virtual AVS as an app to generate passive income. And the choice is always yours. The time period, as technology continues to grow, the potential that's been identified in the market. I mean, just the other day, as I said in my presentation, we were seeing Safaricom, the biggest, guru, you could say, in telecommunications industry in Africa, is opening up a big market share. They're tapping into the market share of Ethiopia. So if you think how difficult it is to be able to set up a business like that, for example, in a market like that was practically inaccessible to most people, these developers are doing that so that systems like virtual AVS also presents that grand opportunity for all these majority people to be able to earn money from that system that's been set up to generate income from one of the fastest moving consumer products in the world, which is airtime. So this is just a platform, like I say, to give you a bit of foundation to understand virtual AVS is not just an app. I could mention a number of apps that right now are practically useless on my phone, and they don't serve much of a purpose because at the end of the day I don't earn any income from them. However, when we talk about virtual AVS, we're talking about something that gets access to the fastest moving consumer product. And that's the reason why it was one of the least impacted. Even during COVID-19, the telecommunication industry actually thrived. Let me repeat that. The telecommunication industry actually thrived amidst a time where most businesses worldwide were practically closing down. And you can think most of us have actually been affected by these. But communication necessitates the fact that the telecommunication industry is an integral part of the community. We will always need to communicate. We will always need to buy airtime until something else is invented. So as much as we were all affected in one way or another by the current state of affairs, we couldn't help but notice that there were still others that were doing pretty well, regardless. And that's the telecommunication industry as an example. So with this in mind, think about the kind of money that was generated as statistics show there. The telecommunication statistics indicate that just in 2020, right in the middle of the puddle, you could say right in the middle of COVID, as you can see, the profit that soared to the double mark right there, from 900 billion to 1.83 trillion. 900 billion was just a projection, but as you can see there, think about what the figures will indicate maybe in 2021. Have you done the math? Have you gone on the internet and tried to check and see how much will be generated perhaps now that most people are using their phones more than ever before? Where maybe we're using it to connect to, you buy airtime and then you use it to buy data so that you can be able to connect to the world, whether it's on Facebook, on Instagram, or whatever it is that you're using it, maybe even to watch news. I know that I stream the broadcast for 9 p.m. a lot of times on my phone to be able to watch news, maybe if I'm not at home. So data, before somebody buys data, if you don't have Wi-Fi, most of the time the product that will you use is airtime, and as you do so, the profit continues to soar larger and larger every year. So just think about what the profit will look like maybe in 5 years to come, 6 years to come. Are you going to be able to join in and dine from this table? Is your business right now producing as much in terms of profit? Do you have active customers that buy from you on a daily basis, so much more that you can't ever see a loss in your business? So the opportunity of a lifetime, like virtual AVS, must be seized during the lifetime of that opportunity, because once it's gone, it's gone. So when we say virtual AVS cuts across the market distribution in ways that were never done before, no other app has ever done this. So no other technology, developer has ever done this. The business app gives you access that practically you could say was only provided to people like super dealers. They get access to airtime on a cheaper rate, then they could be able to resell it to the sub dealers and the agents and the retailers and the vendors before it ever gets to you. So as they do this distribution, remember, they're sharing about just 8% of the profit that's being generated from that one product. However, whether we know we're using mobile money or not in our country, we understand that chain has been cut across in just half. Now, all you need to do is just access your mobile money and buy airtime from it. and then you've cut down the entire process, and the commission shared is now channeled to one beneficiary, which is the person who has that development for mobile money. The same with banks. You get access to bulk airtime. Many companies, even the one that I was working for just a month ago, you get access to it because they buy in bulk. They buy airtime in bulk and they distribute it to their employees. So you have easier and instant access to airtime when you use the same app that we're talking about here, which is virtual AVS. As a business partner, you are basically like a majority shareholder because you get access to it and you get to be able to earn from the equal percentage benefits that all these super dealers are getting. And actually, it's more for you because your distribution is not just in one country. Remember, the super dealers most of the time deal with just one country, but you are dealing with over 100 different countries, and you're dealing with over 300 different mobile service providers. So you have a wider scope of coverage because your access of distribution to airtime is not limited to just one country. And this super dealership is also giving you cheaper and instant access. I love that word, instant access. And of course, your funds are also instantly generated. You get to earn income instantly on your app. So the list of benefits is basically endless when you think about you as a business partner, when you have virtual AVS on your platform, whether it's your device or whatever it is that you're using to get access to this app. So let's have a look at some of the mobile network operators that are in partnership with virtual AVS. As you can see there, we have a number of countries that have been mentioned there. And if you're tuning in here, I can see Constance, I see Cynthia, Flo, Francis, Grace, Kip Koech, Lucy, Maggie, Mukami, all of you who are tuned in here. Can you see your country? Can you be able to see the number of mobile service providers that have signed partnerships to get access to airtime from all these countries? How would you do that? How would you be able to distribute the airtime, maybe from 9mobile in Nigeria to Ethiopia? How would you be able to get access to it if you didn't have virtual AVS? This app is generating wealth for all this, this multitude of people. We're talking about 4.1 million users, 179.6 million users in Nigeria. All these people can be able to earn money from virtual AVS. So have you spoken to these people in these countries, depending on the respective market share that you're dealing with? Have you spoken to people in Botswana, in Ghana, in Cameroon, in Senegal, in Cuba, in Haiti, in Guatemala? All these people have access to virtual AVS because once you get onto Google Play Store, you can get connected to all these people all around the world. And you could be able to sell airtime to them, or you could connect them to the app and get access to it so that they could be able to buy airtime from virtual AVS. Instant income, instant access, not to be mistaken with any other app that probably is just filling up your phone. So remember that the earlier slide, we say that these countries represent the majority share in terms of market share. We're talking about Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, for instance, among the ones that represent the most populous countries and continents in the world. So ripe for opportunity with virtual AVS, ripe for opportunity when it comes to earn passive income, and perhaps not so much with other industries that perhaps you're trying to invest in right now. The telecommunication industry, it has a unique way of operating. It has a unique way of dealing with a product that's the fastest moving in the world. So distributing airtime across these 24 different countries is ever expanding because the list continues to grow. And this is the easiest and most efficient app that I have ever used in the planet to purchase and sell or get paid for the airtime that we use on a daily basis. So I'm just running through the slides slowly. I hope if you need more information, of course, about this, you can always feel free to contact one of the leaders or myself so that you can be able to understand how to begin earning lucrative income that is coming up from this virtual AVS system. So you want to take you through just a few steps to be able to get access to this kind of income. As we say, the very beginning, the very first step that you will take, and if you haven't done it until now and you're tuning into this meeting, all 25 of you, please feel free to visit the Google Play Store, download the app. You never know how good something is until you get to try it. It's just like telling somebody, I ate sausages yesterday, the best sausages that I've ever had. And this person doesn't even know what sausages taste like. and then you're the same person still trying to say that sausages is the worst thing ever in the world, and you probably haven't tasted them. And at the end of the day, when you don't download this app and get to use it to even buy airtime, it's very hard for you to describe to others how it works, or whether or not it's good enough for anybody to be able to use it. So when you download the app from Google Play Store, if you want to begin to buy airtime, you can get access to that from the buy services icon. And when you do so, you might not be able to earn because you haven't yet bought your license. That's the difference between somebody who's a business partner and who's a customer. When you buy airtime today, perhaps you've gone to the shop and purchased your airtime, or you've used mobile money, or you got access to it through the bank. Maybe at the end of the day, what we say, it's not that you're actually not earning anything because you're still a customer, but maybe the opportunity of a lifetime, it's something that you've missed out because you haven't been able to tap into virtual AVS. So when you do so and you pay your $69 for your user license, now you get access to 2 streams of income, and I'll tell you what those are as we continue. So once you pay your 69 US dollars, and this has actually been made very easy. Recently, when the announcement was made, this has come down from the initial fee that was there. So this is an advantage. I say this is a window of opportunity for most of the people that have not yet done that. Get access to it, buy your user license and start buying airtime. Use it and get to see how much commission you're earning from the first 2 streams of income. Now, the third thing that you're going to do, as we said, is recommend it to other people. So just those 3 steps. I don't want to go through too many right now. Number 4 is usually where you get to upgrade. I'll tell you why that's important to do, because it gives you access to the 3rd stream of income. Remember, we mentioned 2. When you pay the 69 US dollars, you're getting access to 2 streams of income. Now, what a stream of income basically means, maybe if I'm selling, I like using very easy examples, tomatoes and potatoes. Those are 2 streams of income that I'm getting. Now, when you get virtual AVS, you have 2 streams of income when you pay the 69 US dollars. But once you upgrade your account with 75 US dollars, you automatically get the 3rd stream of income. And this is one of the most lucrative bits. So recommend this app to most of the people that are in your circle. Let them get started and let them see how you can build a beautiful business from this network marketing opportunity. So virtual AVS has given us an opportunity to do that. As we said, those are the very easy steps, as you can see there, that give you an opportunity to do so. I remember when I was talking to somebody not too long ago, my shoemaker, and he said, he uses approximately 20 to 50 shillings in a day on airtime. So in a month, this person is basically using more than $15 in terms of airtime. That's a lot. And if you get to find out how much you can earn just from using $15 of airtime on a monthly basis, you will see that the opportunity of a lifetime is right here with virtual AVS. So go to Google Play Store, sign up. As you can see there, it provides you an opportunity to choose a beautiful username that you can use. I can see people here, for example, Claim Sales, that's a nickname, and you could be able to use that nickname, for example, to register your username. It could be unique to yourself. And then you have your first and last name, which is the official names as your national identity card shows. I like using the same ones that I've used in the same number that I've registered on virtual AVS. And then you go to where you can be able to select your country. As you do so, it gives you an opportunity to also select somewhere where you can put your flag, and that flag is representative of your the country code. Instead of you putting the country code, now you could just put the number. So Google Play Store has given you access to this app. As you do so, you have your email address where you can be able to use the official email address, where you get access to the email that will be sent to you once you do your registration. Then you have your upline number. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Your password, and then you confirm the password the second time and click on sign up. So this is how it looks once you download the app. You get started with this very page because this is the first prompt that will come. So as we said, use a valid, functional, accessible email address. Why? Because you're going to get an email once you finish this registration process, taking you to the next page. So as I said, put your email address and your password, and then click on register. Now, if you are an existing member, what you do is put put your email address and your password, and then click on log in because you already have an account. Once you do so, if you're registering the account, as we said, username, first name, last name, country, and then put your number without the country code. As you can see here, Zambia is the country they've selected. And the 715 number, as you can see, they didn't start with a 0, they didn't start with a 25 something, but they started with a 7. Confirm the email address twice. The upline number is the number of the person that introduced you to the business. It could be a business partner, as we said, who has a license, because somebody who doesn't have a license does not have a registration number, a number that can be able to refer other people, a number that can connect you to other people. So your upline is a person who introduced you to the business and has a license. That's where you put in where you can see the Kenyan flag right there. You select the flag of the country, and then you select the number that he or she has provided as the upline number that they've registered on virtual AVS. And then you have your password there. Of course, this is the password that you're going to be using for your virtual AVS account. Put one that you can remember and then confirm the password. And as we said, click on sign up. So once you do that, what happens is that you get an OTP, which is a one-time password that's sent to your email. And you get access to that. Please put in the number, the 4-digit code here, the one-time password, and then click on submit. The window that comes up, because it's a customer account, is what you see here, which has verified that you are now an existing active customer on virtual AVS. So you can get access to airtime here. As we said, you can click on the buy services icon, or you can also click on the sell services icon and select the number that you want to send the airtime to. A real system, as you can see, a real app getting access to over 300 different mobile subscribers. Then you have the announcements icon, which acts as your, what we could say, your notice board, because the company uses that to communicate very, very interesting updates like what we just received not too long ago. Then the second icon that you see next to the self-services icon at the bottom is the AVS Wallet. This gives you access to where you can be able to get AVS dollars from one of your business partners in case you want to be able to, purchase the $69 worth of license or upgrade. So this is a wallet that we just basically say it's a virtual wallet where you can be able to manage your funds. The 3 lines that you see at the very top give you access to your profile. So you can get to see your name, your username that you registered with. You can also get to see your email address. You can also get to see the log out tab. So if you want to log out and maybe register another customer account, that's very easy to do on this system. Then you have your icon at the very bottom there in red and white. Right now it's red and black. I saw them update that on the system. So it's a beautiful place where you can be able to type into support. We've been having certain people right now who've been having challenges, and that's very important to know that this icon right here gives you access to the support team. So if you have something specific that you're really having a challenge with, before you even try and perhaps publicize it anywhere else, please make sure that you can write to support here and get access to them, and then you could be able to get I think most of the time actually what I've seen in my own app is that they get to find they find a way to communicate with you in less than 24 hours. It's the fastest way I've ever seen them communicate with me. So I write to support and immediately I get a response, perhaps less than 24 hours, telling me how to solve the problem. So this is a timestamp to be able to show you access to how you can use the customer account. So this customer account, as you notice at the very top, it says you can be able to upgrade to partner. So how do you upgrade to a partner? How do you get to start earning income? Because this customer account just gives you access to airtime, but you're not earning at the moment. So when you upgrade it, that basically means you buy a license, like we said, with $69 that gives you access to 2 streams of income. Use the buy services icon to either load airtime or to buy your license. And when you click on buy services icon, this is what comes up. You can see you have about 5 options. You can buy own airtime. You can be able to buy own license. You can buy float. You can buy, AVS dollars. And that's something that you can be able to do on the system because it has different methods, different, forms of payment that you can use, as we'll see in the next slide. So when you click on buy license, this is what comes up right now. An automated number, which is $69. That's how the system is supposed to function. It gives you an automated amount for the license payment, which is $69. So when you click on one of the payment methods that are offered there, whether it's the AVS wallet, if you have dollars in there in your wallet, your virtual wallet, or your Visa or MasterCard, use your bank to pay, or your mobile money if it's available in your country, or Bitcoin, which is BTC, that's the representation, or whether you're paying via a licensed reseller code. Somebody might have bought the license for you already as a business partner. And when they do, that means that you can be able to get the license, code from them and use it there to pay for your license. So as you do that, what happens is that you get access to a business partner account. When it's activated, you're basically now a business partner who now can be able to get access to much, more widgets, as you can see there. If you notice that the widgets increased, now you have more widgets than what you see right there. So just getting back to my presentation. I think I lost it just a bit. Hold on. Give me a minute. I might have lost my presentation. Here we go. So yeah, you get access to those widgets that you see there. As you can see, you have the buy services icon. You also have the sell services icon. Apologies for that. There we go. So you have the buy services icon, you have the sell services icon, you have the announcements icon. Notice the additional widget, which is called register. So from there, you can be able to register other customers in case maybe they don't have a smartphone, maybe they have a number and they need you to register them with an account, using their number. So you can use that icon to register them. So basically, we're saying the bigger population that we talked about in the earlier slides can be able to start a business at Virtual AVS, regardless of whether or not they have an app on their phone. And that's the most important thing that I love about this business, because it's all about, love, share, and empower people, regardless of whether or not they have an iPhone, or they have a phone, or they have a smartphone or not. So that register icon, I love it because you can be able to register other people. You can also get the sign up link from there to be able to send it to others who are trying to find it. They're having a little bit of trouble finding it on Google Play Store. Then you have an additional icon called the Salesforce team. This is where we were talking about having an office on your phone. How good is that to be able to work from home? And just from the comfort of your home, being able to monitor the growth of your business, getting to know how many more people have signed up, are using the app, are connected to you, have a Salesforce. And that Salesforce is basically generating income passively for you as they continue to purchase airtime worldwide. Then you have the commissions widget right there that gives you access to get to know where is your commission coming from. Of the 3 streams of income that we talked about, where is your commissions where your commissions coming from? And then you have the last icon right there, which is the AVS wallet that gives you access to your funds, where you can be able to withdraw and use them the way that you love to. So as we said, if you have this app, it gives you the ability to use a functional system. I'm going to say that again, a functional system. This is not a Ponzi scheme. This is not a random app on Google Play Store, but it's a system that works. And if you get to try it, you will get to see exactly what I mean. So when I say that, it's because that you've probably read this somewhere, or maybe you've heard about it, maybe in a podcast or whatever. The ability of most people who are successful in the world right now is their ability to notice and to seize the opportunity. To notice and to seize the opportunity. As you know, maybe perhaps from your own life experience, a really good opportunity doesn't come knocking on the door twice, all the time. It might just come one time. So when it does, think about people like Jeff Bezos. Think about people like Elon Musk. Think about people like Warren Buffett. Think about people like Steve Jobs. Think about people like Jay-Z, perhaps Beyonce, Myers and Family from L'Oreal, or Yang Huyan, who's the Chinese-born billionaire and businesswoman, a property developer. These people have very, very large net worth. And most of the time, we can't talk about wealth with, without mentioning their names, because they're in one of the most coveted lists in the universe, which is the Forbes list. Now, they were clever or guided enough to spot money-making opportunities and leverage on them, which is where you get to understand how virtual AVS will also put you on the same platform, and maybe even much more, because we're not promising to make you as wealthy as Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or Warren Buffett or whoever. But at the end of the day, you have a fortunate, circumstance right now to spot an opportunity that works for most people. They live in the same world with the same opportunities, breathing the same air that you're breathing, probably drinking the same water that you're drinking. Now, the difference is that ability to spot and notice an opportunity, understand how it works, and then seize it, instead of wasting time and thinking, okay, so I'm going to do this next time. I'm going to do this maybe when I'm ready. You'll probably never be ready for it. So it's important for you to notice, get to find out what successful people are doing, and just copy paste, do that. The call to join this virtual AVS opportunity offers an equal opportunity to make money from passive income from a product that each and every one of these people is actually even using, which is Airtime. You don't need to answer to a boss anymore. You have the opportunity of working from the comfort of your home. You don't even need to leave your house to go and beat that crazy traffic and rushing in and out, trying to drop your kids off, trying to look for a way to be able to, stick to a job for the next 40 years, but simply making use of an opportunity that's already working, a platform that's generating passive income, getting you closer and closer to that financial freedom that you've been looking for. So I just use that as an example to help you understand how important customers are in any market that you go to, any business opportunity that you start. Without customers, it's very difficult for you to make any money. You open up a restaurant as an example, and you're the only one dining from it. How do you think you're going to make money? It's not enough to sustain the business. So the same thing with virtual AVS. It creates a platform where we can all come together as Airtime consumers and use it to make money. As we come in as customers, you're going to graduate to a business partner. As you graduate to a business partner, you have the opportunity to introduce new customers. As you introduce new customers, remember virtual AVS already has existing customers. When they do so, they sell bulk Airtime to those same corporate accounts, and they make money from it, and they pay you because you're a business partner. So I'm going to pause right there and I hope that you were able to take that down as notes, because you've heard it been said that you may not remember what somebody perhaps said to you, or perhaps what somebody did with you, but you will remember how it made you feel. So how did it make you feel when you got to understand virtual AVS, what it's doing for most people, what it's doing for you, how many more customers can be able to benefit from this beautiful system that's been set up to earn passive income from it? So as we say, those three streams of income right there, you get money from individual customers that you get to introduce to the business. You get paid for that kind of affiliate marketing, which is license commission. And then you get paid for the airtime that they use. And the more customers that continue to use Airtime who are connected to you, the more money you're also earning from their Airtime usage. So just Africa alone, as an example, we have about 600 million Airtime users or customers. Have you spoken to all the 600 million people? Because a lot of people might say, okay, this business is not working for me anymore. I'm finding it hard to talk to people. Well, you have 600 million people to go. And this is an excellent opportunity for you to begin knowing how to network with people, knowing how to introduce a business to them, learning the hoops about this business, learning how to succeed. Because once you do, just duplicate that system and you will see how empowering this opportunity is. So I want to show you an example of what that means, because the 3 steps of success that I personally followed that are helping me to succeed in this business, as we said, is just begin by going to Google Play Store, download the app. If I say I don't have data or I don't have, Wi-Fi, I must look for something that will give you access to that. Do that, begin the business, download the app. And once you do that, create your customer account. When you create your customer account, buy the license. Once you buy the license, That gives you an opportunity to earn from airtime commission and from license commission. And then once you do upgrade it to 75 US dollars with the 75 US dollars so that you get access to the third stream of income, which is bulk airtime commission. And if you do that and continue to purchase airtime on a daily basis, and this is one thing that I like to remind even the business partners who are tuned in here and you have a license, have you been using the system to buy airtime? You know, as the business begins, usually there's the hardest part where we say, you know, we're spending from our pockets and we're not earning as much. But at the end of the day, like we say, the value of the system is in the use of it. So it might be costing you a little bit more right now to purchase airtime and do all that. But at the end of the day, if you look at the long-term goal, the goal is to be able to use the system so that we can generate this income. As we do so, eventually, just like any other business, once you put your capital down and the business continues to thrive, the money starts coming in and you stop spending from your pocket, and that's going to come to an end. So I used a conversation that's very similar to what I shared with somebody not too long ago. If Katie Biz is tuned in right here, that's one of the people that I shared a very simple conversation that I use when I'm talking to people about this. I use the auntie to Paul conversation. I like calling it that. And what I usually do is just say, hey, auntie, do you have a minute? I'd like to take you to Google Play Store. There's an amazing app that I came across that helps me to earn money from airtime. Do you have airtime right now? I'd like to show you how you can buy airtime from that app. And once she does that, immediately she's going to find reasons to ask me how I just did that. And when she asks me about that, of course, I'm going to show them the back end of you have your AVS wallet. You can show them how much you're earning for every expenditure. And immediately they're going to, that question that comes up next is, do you want to earn money from it as well, auntie? And I mean, I don't know if there is anybody that I've met who said, I don't want to earn any money at all. We're always looking for something extra to help us finance our lifestyles, whatever it is that we have to pay in terms of bills. So this simple conversation that you're having with somebody is going to get you to the next question, is, do you know somebody else that you like to recommend this business to? So I put this amount in Kenya shillings so that it's realistic for me to show, to other people how much it really takes to start this business, how easy it is to start this business. Like I say, comparatively, there are many other businesses that we start with a lot more money, which is around $3,000, $5,000 in terms of the capital that we put down. So this has simplified things because it's the minimal capital that we talked about that gets you kickstart that process, to get you to kickstart that process. And this window of opportunity now begins the same way with the network marketing model that we talked about. So let's say, for example, Ben here has just 2 colleagues in the office. And as he talks to these 2 colleagues, he say, hey, listen, man, we use the same example, like the Auntie Paul conversation. And Ben talks to John and Paul right there, whoever it is that he meets in the office. And immediately license commission starts to come in once they register their customer accounts and they buy their licenses. Immediately when they buy airtime, because they want to see how it works, he earns the airtime commission. And I put it in Kenya shillings as well. Like I said, I want to make this realistic. And I suggest that you do the same. If you want to make something work for you, find out if it actually works. Do the math. And once you do, as you can see there, he's immediately, just from that process of talking to 2 people and they've replicated those 3 steps, he's gotten himself a good $50 in the account one day, right there. And as he continues to replicate that process, those 2 colleagues continue to talk to maybe, Peter and, Alice and whoever else is on that third party right there, which we're going to talk about the levels later on to help you to see how that virtual AVS connects you to several people in one setting. And as he does that, the same day 1, day 2, day 3, as he continues, repeats that process, as you can see, the stream of income from airtime commission, from license commission, from bulk airtime commission is generating more profit. So at the end of the day, these figures that you're seeing here is what Ben is getting in terms of compensation. In the end of just 4 days, he's been able to get about a few people connected to the system. So by the 30th day of that month, as an example, even if he doesn't talk to anybody else, just like how gossip spreads, and I don't like using that example, but I'm just using it for comparative analysis. When that happens, he's managed to acquire himself a good 784 business partners in that one simple act of conversation from one person to another. And as he does so, notice what happens. From that slide right there, I just did a little bit of math, which is, as you can see, is in Kenya shillings. So one band talks to two partners in 28 days, those 56 partners that have joined, because he's going to continue doing that. I talked to two people on day one, and day two, let me talk to two other people on day three. All those 28 days that are remaining, he's managed to acquire himself 56 good partners. And then the second day, of course, you have people who have been talking to others, which is the two people that he started with. That stands for 2P. And then they talk to two people each, following the same pattern for the next 28 days. You have 1 million coming in. And the process continues that way down to the end. What has band earned in the end of the 1 month activity? This is how serious it is. 5 million Kenya shillings, 5 million, 5.8 in just 1 month of activity. So talk to yourself, have a little bit of a conversation with yourself and think, okay, how much effort have I been putting into this business? Have I done the math? Have I started these conversations with the people in my workplace? Have I started these conversations with the people in my family? Have I started the conversation with people who are, 2,000 plus contacts on my phone? Have I had these conversations with them? Because this is the much that can be generated in just 1 month of activity based on the math that I did. So think about the business opportunity and think about how it will change your life. As we said, it only starts with one person, and one person can be able to spread the good news, love, share, and empower 5 other people. When they get empowered, they will definitely want to empower more than 5 people. But if they were to do just 5 people each, eventually the one person that started the good news is going to end up with 25 people on a second level. And if they continue to replicate those 3 steps, download the app, buy your license, upgrade so that you can be able to get the third stream of income, and then continue to buy airtime on a monthly basis, what happens? He has 125 partners on his third level. As he continues to do that, he has 625 partners on his fourth level. This is probably less than a month activity, because the good news continues to spread. They think, okay, do I have about $144 that I'm not doing anything with in my bank account that's probably not generating the same percentage of, returns in terms of investment? Yes, I do. I have that money and it's not doing anything in my bank account. So let me trade with it. And as I do so, those 625 business partners are going to recommend others. And we continue to interact with each other. We help each other generate the income. And as we do so, just notice what happens when you introduce about 625 business partners and you continue to recommend that same business opportunity. In the first 4 levels, you've managed to generate about 12,000 US dollars for yourself. And they just replicated the 3 steps that we talked about. Download the app, buy your license, buy airtime. How simple has technology made things for us? So if you're still here listening to this presentation, that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do. Airtime is one of the fastest moving consumer products in the world. Tap into the telecommunications market and start making money from it, because that's one of the industries that has been least affected, even during the current situation that we're living in. So as we say, we're talking about 2 streams of income there. There's license commission and there's airtime commission. When you purchase your license for 69 USD, you get access to 2 streams of income, which is the license commission and the airtime commission. And when you do that, what happens is that you personally will start earning from the first $20 that you spend in terms of airtime, you will get 0.5% of compensation. So if I bought $20, I'm getting 0.5% of that amount that I spent on airtime as my income that just came in. Listen to that. You just, you downloaded an app and then the first day you just got paid, you just got paid from it. And when you continue to recommend the business, like we say, the first person that you talk to will fall under your first level. And as he does so, remember, you personally get compensated 10 times more from your own purchase of airtime. So for example, like I said up there, if you used $50 US for airtime this month, the commission would be 0.5 of $20, which is 0.1. And as you get that amount, what happens is that the extra $30, you will get compensated 10 times more what you were getting in the first level, which is now 1.5 US dollars. As you continue with that, what happens is that whoever else that you recommend to the business will definitely do the same 3 steps that you've done, and you will now start earning the first 0.4% of the first $20 that they used. And the process continues down that way all the way to the 15th level. So remember, every single time that they buy airtime up to 20 US dollars, you get 0.4 percentage. So let's say you have like 10,000 members on level 1, and you have 10,000 members on level 2. So what's 10,000 times 0.4% of $20? You're getting approximately about 20 million US dollars from just that level of compensation. So it's important for you to continue to grow your teams. What happens is that as they continue to spend money on airtime, you're connected to the rest of the world, and you also get compensation from the usage of airtime commission. And as you register them, you also have the license commission that's coming up from $10 to $4 to $2 to $1 on each and every partner that registers on each level. So this is an important slide that shows you the first 2 streams of income, the compensation plan. I love the word compensation because it's compensating you for that trust, that faith that you put into the business, and you joined the business. Once you did, what happened is that now you get a reward. That reward is license commission. That reward is airtime commission. Guess what happens? You get the third stream of income, which we're going to be talking about here, which is bulk airtime commission. So what you see on the following slide is now what shows you what that bulk airtime commission means. Now, the third stream of income is where when you upgrade your license to the 75 US dollars, it gives you access to this recurring stream of income. Let me say that again, recurring stream of income. Why? Because every single month on the 15th of the month, you get paid a commission, because Virtual AVS has decided to trade in with bulk airtime. It gets to sell this bulk airtime to the corporate companies that have registered to receive airtime from Virtual AVS. And once they do, because remember, you're a business partner, you're not a customer anymore. You've signed up to get the opportunity, which is under Virtual AVS. You bought your license for 69 US dollars. You upgraded it with bulk airtime, the 75 US dollars to give you access to bulk airtime commission. And when you did that, what happened is that the license commission that you paid, the license fee that you paid to upgrade, the 75 US dollars, 55 US dollars of that is actually taken so that you can be able to, what we say, contribute to this business by helping Virtual AVS to get the capital that they need to sell bulk airtime to these corporate companies. So you're a contributor, you're a business partner, you're a stakeholder. You've contributed an amount that goes into selling bulk airtime to these corporate companies. So because you did, rightfully so, you get 3% of that 55 US dollars paid to you every single 15th of the month. And that's not only the amount that you receive. What happens is that all those partners that you also introduced to the business, remember, they also contributed their 55 US dollars from their license fee of 75 US dollars. So they will also give you an opportunity to earn 1%. As they individually earn their 3%, you're getting 1% of the 55 US dollars as compensation. So like we said, as an example, if you have 55,000 partners or 5,000 partners on the first level to the 10th level, you're getting 1% times 55 different partners. And then you're getting that all the way trickling down to the 15th level, because the business has been set up in a way that it will pay you deep to the 15th level. So let's see all 3 of them extemporaneously, spread across all 3 streams of income. So as you can see here, you have the total license commission that you're getting for each business partner. This is a case scenario where, for example, you've talked to at least 5 business partners. If you've talked to 5 business partners as an example, what happens is that they will also find a way to find 5 people or 6 people or 12 people, whatever, on their network, and they will tell them about this business. But let's say, for example, it's just 5. So what happens, for example, here you have somebody called Paul and Cynthia. And when Paul and Cynthia find out about the business, they go ahead and they tell maybe 5 other people, Julie, Peter, John, or whoever else happens to get to know about the business. So what happens is that Julie and Peter fall under the first level of Paul or Cynthia. Yes, the first level. And then Paul and Cynthia did not talk to Anne, as you can see there, in Jockey or Ed. However, Julie and Peter proceeded to speak to Anne, Jockey, and Ed. And when they did that, what happens is that Anne, Jockey, and Ed continue to talk to Kevin, Joy, and Nancy. As they did that, they talked to Susan, Lucy, and Faith. So Paul and Cynthia never met Susan, Lucy, and Faith. However, they still fall or connected to them by virtue of the fact that Kevin introduced the business to Lucy, or Jockey introduced the business to Joy, or however, the levels continue to keep growing and growing up until, I think I put it up until the 7th level here. Just to show you an illustration of how things happen. When you talk to people, they will basically talk to others for you, and you get connected to them, and the compensation continues to trickle down, as you can see there. So say, for example, in your first level, you have about 5 different business partners. What happens is that you get paid, like we say, from the license commission, you're getting $10 from each and every one of them. And when you do, you're getting a total of $50 from all these 5 people that have bought their licenses, and you get compensated $10 for each. Again, they will still be buying airtime. So you remember you were getting 0.4% of each and every one of their expenditures. So 0.4% of $20 is 0.08. That's why you're getting 0.4 there as a total monthly airtime commission for that first level. Now let's give an example. For example, in the 7th level, these team has continued to grow to about 78,125 business partners worldwide. It could not just be in Kenya or Tanzania or Uganda. Maybe you've spread across, because maybe Trevor and Gideon on the 7th level live in Malawi, and then Tasha and Selepe, they live in South Africa. So what happens is that all these business partners continue to talk to other people in those countries, and they sign up, they download the app, they buy their licenses, and they buy airtime. So you're connected to about you're looking at 78,000 business partners. So what happens, you're getting paid just $2 for each and every one of those 78,000 business partners. On the 6th level, you still have 15,000 partners, so you're getting $2 from each and every one of them. You're also getting paid $2 for the 3,000 partners on the 5th level. You're also getting paid $2 for the 625 business partners on the 4th level. You're also getting paid $2 for the 125 business partners. So what happens is that it just keeps on increasing, because on every level you have people, and those people are buying airtime. Those people are buying licenses. They're joining the business. So the same thing duplicates itself automatically in the system on the license commission, on the airtime commission, on the bulk airtime commission. So every month, for example, on the 7th level, because you have 78,000 business partners, look at the bulk airtime commission that's coming in every 15th of the month. Every 15th of the month, $42,000 in terms of compensation. So if you get 42,000 for the next 2 years, because the license lasts for a good 2 years, if you're getting $42,000, will you quit the business, or is it something lucrative enough for you to continue? So the total accumulation is just up until the 10th level, as you can see there, is coming to a total of $24 million from the license commission that you're getting. You're also getting monthly airtime commission that has added itself up automatically in the system to $976,000. Then you're getting every single month $6 million coming in. So if you've ever considered a business in airtime distribution, this is it. This is the opportunity that you're getting. And what I did here is just a comparative analysis of the compensation plans to show you where we're getting that money from. Like I said, 0.4% comes to around 0.08 for each business partner, as you say there. So as you get your compensation on the first level, 0.5%, this is what happens. The 0.4 comes from that cumulative analysis. So this just shows you a breakdown of what the first 2 compensation plans look like. This is where you're getting your money from. So do your own calculation when you have this spreadsheet. We can always receive the compensation plan from one of our business partners, sharing it with you. And from the bulk airtime commission, this is what happens. You're also getting that percentage duplication process happening in the system, 3% all the way to the 15th level, where you're getting 1%. So the 2.75 that you saw in the end is what you're getting for the license, for the bulk airtime commission that's coming from every business partner, including yourself. Okay, so this is math that I personally sat down to do so that I can be able to understand. So how does this automated system work? Because once you understand the numbers, if you're a numbers person, then you get to see how much effort to put into the business so that you can actually reach your goal. And we have a 90-day game plan that's ongoing right now that's helping many other business partners to earn as much from it. So let's see, when you earn all this money, where does it go? Where does it usually end up? remember, we say that you have a virtual wallet. That virtual wallet looks like this. So you can get access to your license commission, you can get access to your airtime commission, you can get access to your bulk airtime commission, and you can get access to what we call a P2p recipient or sending function. This function allows you to share the money that you're earning on your AVS wallet with another peer. Remember, we say that you don't, if you have a customer account as an example, and you don't have any AVS dollars, maybe you don't want to buy from mobile money or your bank, one of your peers who has a business license or one of the people who is earning money inside his AVS wallet can share those dollars with you, and you can pay them so that you can buy your license or buy airtime. So that's an easy way to do business. And then you have access also to what we call airtime float, because once you buy float, then you get be able to use that float to buy airtime for any country under the registered partners that we talked about earlier on. So this is how the AVS wallet looks like. As we said, it's a virtual wallet, and this is not something new, because even those people who are dealing with Bitcoin know what a virtual wallet looks like. You might not say feels like, but it's basically what it looks like. It's a virtual system to be able to maintain your funds, and you can get access to them by clicking on the virtual AVS wallet. And this is some of the, for example, what was generated just about a period of about 90 days. The total volume transacted, as you can see there, about $5,000 was transacted in this account, earning you income that is coming up to about 600,000 Kenya shillings. That's what I translated it to in my local currency. So buy the license, buy airtime, and you're done. You start being able to get access to this kind of funds that you can withdraw or send them to your peer in case you want to be able to share those dollars. So I hope that you've been able to find out how many banks are connected to you, perhaps worldwide, to get to find out perhaps which banks are operating with virtual AVS. Where can I be able to withdraw? And I know in any other country you can be able to withdraw with all the banks, as long as you're able to get that connected to your virtual AVS account. And once you do that, what happens is that you get access to your funds, and you can be able to spend them however you wish. Remember, the aim is to love and share and empower people in the community to get passive income generated from a system that is practically automated from your phone. And if you do so, that means that you've virtually been able to take advantage of an opportunity that's practically been inaccessible for us for the last centuries that we've lived in this planet of ours. So if you think about things like AliExpress, Soup.com, Jumia, 360 Buy, Uber, all these are apps that are being used in the world, trading apps that will be dwarfed. I say dwarfed because they come nowhere close in comparison when you review the kind of opportunity that virtual AVS is giving us as business partners. So what will your story be 2 months from now, 6 months from now, 2 years from now? Remember, we live in a generation where making passive income is the new way of making money. It's a business presentation that's giving you an opportunity to have the spirit and the drive and the motto that we're sharing here, which is virtually being able to empower other people to earn passive income. And you can say that you have an early retirement plan with virtual AVS, because what we need you to do is to stop living at work in your office and start working at living by creating a future that is incomparably going to show you just 3 steps of getting there, which is signing up by downloading the app and buying your license, recommend it to your friends, load airtime. 3 successful steps that all of these business partners who have joined us in this beautiful journey are already celebrating their victory, their success, because they're earning money while they're sleeping. So are you earning money while you're sleeping? The 9 to 5 work schedule that you're practically, a slave to right now, can you be able to put that on the, on another priority list? Because once you prioritize virtual AVS and take advantage of this opportunity, it will help you to free yourself from that kind of, you could say, millennial slavery that's happening today. So take action. I hope you've enjoyed this business presentation. My hope was to be able to share an opportunity that's empowering me as well. And as you do so, remember, everybody out there who's on a prepaid customer base, or whoever has a mobile and a smartphone and has access to Google Play Store, can practically be able to take advantage of this opportunity. So whatever your situation is, Don't think about the limitations. Don't think about whatever people are saying out there about virtual AVS this, virtual AVS that. Most of those people are probably haven't even tried the system. They have no, testimony to say this works for this person, so it might work for me. So look at the business presentation that's being given on a daily basis from 4 p.m. East Africa time or 10 p.m. East Africa time. Listen in and get to learn how you too can be able to take advantage of this opportunity. Thank you very much for listening in. I'm going to take advantage of the chat section